Okay, so today we have very interesting topic. The product name is MLB-Polar. Okay, I will start. Okay, so to refresh your memory, so I will start with MLB. So MLB was introduced long time ago, I think 2018. So MLB series is emulsifiers for water in oil and water in silicone system to solve the stability issues such as separation, pigment floating, and so on. Okay, so MLB is based on hectorite, and then hectorite is kind of clay. Clay is flat minerals in natural source. And then based on hectorite, we developed many interesting cosmetic products, such as hectorite 38V, Hector Gel, MLB, MLB-Polar, EcoDrop Gel, Ceraplex Aqua. And then this year, actually, we originally started with Hector Gel 2017. And this year, we added very interesting emulsifying system, MLB-Polar, for polar oil system. And then here is the whole summary product brochure, MLB, MLB-Polar, MLB-S, MLB-SD. And then MLB-S and MLB-SD for silicone system, MLB and MLB-Polar for water in oil system. And then MLB-Polar, by its name, as it sounds, it's for polar oil system. So polar oil usually includes chemical UV filters and the the emollients such as ester oils. And then the most important thing is that MLB, MLB-Polar, MLB or MLB series are not just a simple mixture. It's kind of coated the two-dimensional emulsifying system. So we start with hectorite. We do delamination by high shear milling, and then after that we coat emulsifier on the surface of organohectorite, and then these are MLB series. So in the past, this is the reference product in Korean market, the incomplete internet connection. Okay, so use the MLB inside. It was sun cushion, very low viscosity, the air cushion type, sun care product using MLB inside. One of the major, very interesting claim by customer is it's less sticky, and then I will tell you why. So potentially this was very important in the COVID pandemic area, because everybody using mask, and then no mask proof characteristic is important, and then MLB actually less sticky. So why MLB? One of the big reason MLB now is getting popular is clean beauty. And then clean beauty is, this is clean beauty, a lot of free from a lot of so-called non-safe, non-clean ingredient. And then one of the most big, the claim from clean beauty is PEG free and silicone free. And then why PEG free? Because PEG has risk of having byproduct 1,4-dioxane inside during manufacturing process. So this is a potential carcinogenic material. So P is not welcomed. And then this is why silicon free. So EU actually banned already, I think 2020, D4 and D5 cyclopentasiloxane from washer product. Okay, but when you make water in oil foundation, you have to use water in oil emulsifiers, but unfortunately, very strong, powerful, the emulsifiers are silicone-based and PEG-based emulsifiers. So silicone backbone and then PEG side chain for hydrophilicity. So as you can see, long silicone chain backbone, and then PEG is straight line. PEG is for hydrophilicity because emulsifier is supposed to have hydrophilic part and then hydrophobic part. And then sometimes very advanced type of silicone emulsifiers, PEG side chains, alkyl side chains, and then branched silicone chain for good emulsion stability. But these types of silicone emulsifiers, because of silicone free and then PEG free trend, is not really available for if you really want to develop silicone free and then PEG free type foundation. And then now MLB is actually good candidate for silicone free, PEG free emulsifying system for water and oil. And some customer asking, MLB, does it really just a mixture? And then here is very interesting test, emulsifying test, water, and I think this is D5 cyclopentasiloxane using emulsifier to make emulsion. But as you guess, these two, water and cyclopentasiloxane, very low viscosity and then almost impossible to make very stable emulsion, as you can see from next page. So case 1, only hectogel D5 3%, as you guess, because there is no emulsifier and then immediate separation. And case number 2, PEG 10 dimethicone 3%. So just 1 day survived. And then case number 2, PEG dimethicone 1.5%. And then we added hectogel D5 1.5%. So emulsifier and thickening system. It survived 4 days. But most interesting case is case number 4, MLB-S. Exactly same inky, PEG 10 dimethicone hectogel D5, same composition, but it passed 10 weeks. So this is very, very interesting question. Although case 3 and case 4, exactly same composition, but there is a huge day and night emulsion capability. Why? And then here is our explanation. Case number 3, case number 4, exactly same composition, chemicals, but case number 3, we added PEG 10 emulsifier and hectorite gel directly inside formulation. And case number 4, we prepared MLB-S by using hectorite gel and emulsifier, our own partial milling process. So I told you the emulsifiers actually coated on the surface of hectorite and then each providing such a huge, big difference in emulsion power. So I'm saying that MLBS is not simple mixture, it's very advanced type of surface treated emulsifying system. So as we can see here, so hectorite first delamination, so it should be separated. And then we are coating emulsifiers on the surface. That's why it's showing such a good emulsion power. So we have MLB, MLB-Polar, MLB-S, MLB-SD. Okay. Then the simple test, different kinds of emulsifiers in makeup foundation formula. As you can see, MLB-S is excellent compared to other silicone PG-based emulsifiers. So some actually argue that MLB-S, because it's a very good emulsion stability, partly coming from high viscosity. So actually we added up extra thickening the hectorite gel to match viscosity level, but still MLB-S by far the best emulsifying system. We are very sure about this result. So another test, again, very good. And then very interesting is the MLB-S is very less sticky because it's a very powerful emulsifying system. Net amount of emulsifier, maybe free emulsifier on the system is very few, small, and then less sticky. So MLB, what is your MLB? This is MLB for non-polar oil system. MLB for non-polar oil system. So we tested MLB with other kinds of emulsifiers and then hectorite gel added to match viscosity. Again, MLB is by far the best emulsifying system as compared to other kinds of water in oil emulsifiers. And then today's topic is MLB-Polar. And then it's new product this year. Many of our customers really like the MLB, but some customers actually gave us very interesting feedback when they try to make sun care product with a high amount of ester oils and then chemical UV filters. Usually they are ester, and then the customer feedback, MLB is not really good enough to make high amount of polar oil system. Then we develop MLB-Polar for polar oil system, especially sun care, water in oil type sun care product. Okay, so various kinds of oils in cosmetics: cyclopentasiloxane, undecane, and coco caprylic ester, and then alkyl benzoate ester, decaprylyl carbonate, and then this is one of the most famous chemical UV filter, ethylhexyl methoxynamide, is also ester. So these esters have known as polar oils. And then academically, there is low P partition coefficient to measure the polarity of oils, and then exact the test condition, octanol, oil component, water component, and then they put the different kinds of oils, and then how well the individual oil move to oil phase. And then here is how to measure partition coefficient. And then here is the partition coefficient of cyclopentasiloxane, 8.0, and undecane 6.3, and more polar oils like 5.7, 5.8, 5.8. So it seems that anything lower than 6, I think it's more polar. Undecane is non-polar, and then cyclopentasiloxane is extremely non-polar. Okay. So we tested these different kinds of oils, and then the log P partition coefficient, and then which is better, MLB, MLB-Polar. So we realized that the ester system, we actually tested many times, trial and test, and then we picked the best, the emulsifying combination for polar oil system, that is MLB-Polar. So as you can see, MLB-Polar is much better than MLB-Polar oil system, but MLB is better for undecane non-polar oil system. If you have to use silicone, and we recommend MLBS. If you need MLB, the non-polar oil, MLB. And then if you want to use polar oil system, MLB-Polar. And then maybe you may ask, if I have to use silicone, non-polar, polar oil, what should I use? And then my recommendation, you have to use MLBS, MLBL, MLB-Polar. The exact ratio should be tested by your lab people. Okay, so MLB-Polar. So this is alkyl benzoate, it's ester polar oil. We used MLB, MLB-Polar, and then we took the microscope picture of emulsion. As you can see, MLB-Polar providing much smaller emulsion droplet size means more stable. Okay. And then now, case study, we want to test, right? So we made very extreme polar oil system using CTOCC 25%, and then ester oil, 4%, and then tested different kinds of emulsifier, MLB, MLB-Polar, nicomulase, emulimum from BASF, and SPAN 120. And then MLB-4, 6, 8, MLB-4%, 4, 4, 4. And then we checked emulsion stability. As you can see here, MLB 4% is most stable, and then none of other combination survived. So it's widely known that water in oil system extremely difficult without silicone emulsifying system. So almost impossible. And then MLB-Polar is a very good candidate for your water in oil foundation. Nowadays, silicone-free is now big trend, and then MLB-Polar should be very good candidate. And then also we have Tubiskin, it's kind of equipment for acceleration test, equipment for emulsion stability. Anything less than 2, 1.2 is extremely stable, so you can match emulsion stability. Actually, we are doing 50 Celsius degree, I think 1 week, or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but also we have very advanced equipment to predict emulsion stability very fast. And then we have quite confident about this Tubiscan, and then Tubiscan index 1.2 seems very stable formulation. Okay, then case number 2, another BB cream with high SPF 50 and PA4+. Now, alkyl benzoate is ester, Pasol MCX is ester, and then Pasol EHS is ester. So using different kind of emollient and then chemical UV filter which are esters, and then using BMT and different kinds of emulsifiers, And then another thing that the water is 49%. So our formula is saying that when you make water in oil foundation, if water content is only 20%, then it's much easier to achieve good emulsion stability. But see here, water 50%, and then polar oils, very, very difficult. And then we again tested 4% MLB-Polar, very stable. And then as we tested, it's less sticky. Interesting, right? You can try. So formulation guideline. So you can make MLB-Polar for any kinds of water and oil system, including stick. But this stick, I can show you now, this one, very interesting. It's containing water, 24%. And then I can feel very watery, feeling. It's a MLB Polar inside. Okay, so today's the take-home lesson. This is today's summary. We have MLB system for polar ester oils, non-polar oils, and silicone oils. And then I guarantee that this MLB, because MLB is a very flat material coated with the emulsifiers, it's physically very, very stable because it's the clay-based one. So it's providing much superior emulsion stability for your water in silicone system and water in oil system, including water in oil stick. Okay, so thanks for your attendance today. And then if you have questions, now it's time for you. Okay, we have question number 1 from David Chu. Emulsion stability with fear, you said is inverse. Do you compare it in the same dosage or same level? Very interesting. So I think maybe I told that story long time ago when I compare silicone oil, silicone emulsifiers. I think this one. This one. So we tested RBM90, KF6038, 6028, 17, DC, isolant GI334, and then it's widely known that RBM90 is very good emulsion stability, very good, but its feeling is very worse. And then KF series actually slightly lower, but relatively better skin feel. But so in the same dosage, so potentially if emulsion stability, its emulsion power is very big, then you can use less, and then actually it's much better for the feeling of your foundation. Okay, so do you have questions? Okay, so thanks for your attendance today, and then enjoy your day. So, and then, so today's webinar is the last webinar for this year, and then we'll skip webinar in December, and then we will see you all next year from January. Okay, thank you very much. Enjoy. Bye-bye.